Hello students, welcome back to this video. So in the last video I have explained about the kinds of quadrilateral, right? So the kinds of quadrilaterals are trapezium, kite and parallelogram. So today we will study the elements of parallelogram. So parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. I have explained you, right? It looks like a rectangle, but it is slanting rectangle. The angles are not 90 degree. Okay, and the opposite sides are parallel. This is the identification of a parallelogram. So here you can see this is a parallelogram. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Here AB is parallel to CD and BC is parallel to AD. Okay, here it is written AB and DC are the opposite sides. First of all, from here see, there are four sides and four angles in a parallelogram. Okay, right? There are four sides and four angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Four angles are there. Some of these are equal. There are some terms associated with the elements that you need to remember. So AB and DC are opposite sides. AB and DC. These two are opposite sides and these two sides are equal to each other. Okay. Then AD and BC are another pair of opposite sides. So this AD and BC, these are another pair of opposite sides and they are also equal to each other. So angle A and angle C are pair of opposite angles. See, angle A and angle C, they are the pair of opposite angles, and angle B and angle D are also the pair of opposite angles. Now AB and BC are adjacent sides. Adjacent means what? Adjacent means the consecutive, one after the other. So AB and BC, this side AB and BC, these are the adjacent sides. Then BC and CD, these are the adjacent side. CD and AD are the adjacent side. AD and AB are the adjacent side. So in this way there are four adjacent sides. Angle A and angle B are the adjacent angles. That means now adjacent angles are also there. That means one after the other, the consecutive angles. Angle A, angle B, angle B and angle C and angle D and angle A. In this way, four pairs of adjacent angles are also there. So these are the elements of a parallelogram. Now what is written here in the property? So this property you have to remember always. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. So first property is what? The opposite sides are of equal length. Okay, so I have told you these opposite sides are equal to each other. This side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. So this is the first property. Okay, now let's go to the next page. So here you can see all the angles are written, all the sides are written in this way. Now we'll see about the example number 3. Find the perimeter of a parallelogram PQRS. So this is a parallelogram PQRS. Okay, so you can see here PQRS written here. So this PQ length is given 12 centimeter and QR length is given 7 centimeter. You have to find the perimeter of the parallelogram. So how can you find the perimeter of a parallelogram? So I have told you, I have explained you, to find the perimeter of any figure you have to add all the sides. So this is a simple formula, simple method. When you add all the sides, then it is the perimeter of that figure. Here also you can do like this. So this side and this side is given. So why two sides are only given? Because the opposite sides are equal to each other. Always remember. That's why the property is given. In parallelogram, the opposite sides have the same length. So PQ is 12 centimeter. That means its opposite side SR, it is also 12 centimeter. And this QR is 7 centimeter. So its opposite side is PS also 7 centimeter. That's why it is given two side only. Okay, it is same like rectangle. The pair of opposite sides are equal. So now you can find out the perimeter. So 12 plus 7 plus 12 plus 7 in this way. So you have to add all the sides. So perimeter equal to PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP. So adding all the sides. So after adding it is what? 38 centimeter. So 38 centimeter is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Okay, you cannot apply the formula of the rectangle. The rectangle perimeter formula is what? 2 into length plus breadth. No. Okay, it is wrong because the figure is different. No doubt the opposite sides are equal, but the angles are not 90 degree, angles are different. So you will not apply that formula. You have to do like this. So you have to add all the sides. This is the perimeter of a parallelogram. Understood? Now next, angles of a parallelogram. So angles you have seen, the opposite sides are there, opposite angles are there. So what is the property associated with this? See the property here, this is the important property here also again. The opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measure. See now, the opposite angles of a parallelogram, like opposite sides are equal, same here, like opposite angles of a parallelogram also equal to each other. Okay, so if I go to the previous page, this figure again, this angle C is opposite to angle C. That means angle A is equal to angle C. Okay, then angle B is equal to angle D. These are opposite angles. So in this way, opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal to each other. Understood? Now go to next page. That is example number 4. So this BEST, best. So best is a parallelogram. So see, the naming is given so nicely. So BEST, this is the name of this parallelogram. Find the value of x, y and z. So here you can see the value of x, y and z. You have to find x, this angle, y, this angle out, exterior angle, and z, this interior angle. So two interior angles and one exterior angle value you have to find out. And one angle value is given, angle B value is given 100 degree. Okay, so how can you find the other angles? So very easy. You have to apply this property. That means the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. That means here it is 100. That means what is the opposite of B? Opposite angle of B is S. Okay, so that means X will also 100 degree because opposite angles are equal. So value of X will be 100. Understanding? Now what we will do? See here, X equal to 100, opposite angle property. Now next, Y equal to 100, measure of angle corresponding to angle X. That means how angle Y is 100? Angle Y is 100 because these two are parallel lines. This BE and TS are the parallel lines, and this SE is the transversal line. Okay, you have learned this in your previous class. Then two parallel lines are there, one transversal line is there. Then the corresponding angles are equal to each other. So this X is the corresponding angle of Y. Okay, corresponding angles are on the same side of the transversal line. So these two lines are parallel and this SE is the transversal line. So angle X is equal to angle Y. That's why angle Y is also 100 degree. Okay, it is also 100 degree. Now Z, how Z will come out? Z will come out by the linear pair property. So that's why I told linear pair property is very important. Here this is the straight line. Okay, this is the middle line. So this Z plus Y equal to 180 degree. So Y equal, you know, it is 100. So Z plus 100 equal to 180 degree. That means 180 minus 100, it is coming 80. So Z will be 80 degree. So here you can see Z equal to 80 degree. Since Y and Z is a linear pair. Understanding? So linear pair property is very important. That means Z plus Y equal to 180 degree, and Y value you got 100 degree. So 180 minus 100 is 80 degree. So in this way you have to apply the properties. So in geometry chapter you have to remember all the properties that you have learned in previous classes also. Okay, because in maths everything are related to each other. You cannot forget anything. Okay, every class are related to each other. So these properties you have learned in your earlier class, in class 7, right? So in this way you can find the value of X, Y and Z. So today you have learned the elements of parallelogram, and you have learned the two properties of a parallelogram, and you have seen two questions also. Okay, so for today it's that much only, and remember everything what I have taught today. Okay, thank you.